Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host narrator, and welcome to the Book of Tales. Today, we're going to be listening to a story, The Girl and the Locket. Also, for a reminder, this is a friendly family channel. There will be no cussing in these stories. Please like and subscribe, and give this video a big thumbs up. Leave in the comment section on how you like this story. I hope you enjoy the video. It was a nice winter day in Spring Hill Town. My friends and I are going shopping for the class trip to a castle in the mountains. I was looking at my phone, going through what I need for the trip. My friends and I went through the list, so I thought I'd pick out something from the store. While I was looking around, I noticed a very cute blue locket. I was so mesmerized by the locket that I bought it. Later on, during class, the teacher told us about the castle that we were going to. There was a family that had 3 daughters. The oldest was wise, the second was clever, but the youngest was as beautiful as a rose. One day, the father asked his daughters a question, and whoever answers it correct will get a necklace. He asked his oldest daughter the question, "Is there a way to bring back a shadow after dark?" The oldest answered, "By lighting a light can bring back a shadow." But she answered wrong. The second daughter answered was waiting for the sun to rise and that would bring back the shadow. But she too answered wrong. The youngest answered no. Once it was gone after dark, it cannot come back. To the king's surprise that she answered it right, the king gave his youngest daughter the necklace. Till that day, she was given all of the king's attention, but jealousy grew between the 2 sisters. The king never gave his other 2 daughters attention, but one day, one of the sisters came up with an evil idea. They would take their youngest sister to the castle tower. Then they pushed her off the stairs. The sisters ran to the bottom of the staircase to see her lying in a pool of red liquid. They took the necklace and rushed to their father, the king. After telling them what happened and handing over the locket she wore during the fall, the king was devastated by the news. His daughters comforted him, and once again, the daughters became close to their father and with his attention to them again. After learning the story, I felt so sorry for the youngest daughter. The teacher also said that the daughter's necklace was gone and never seen again after the incident. As class ended for the day, I was walking home from school. I thought about what happened to the family and the 3 daughters. I was so lost in thought, but all of a sudden I dropped my phone and hit the ground. As I snapped out of it, I walked into someone at the bus stop. When I looked to see who it was, there was a girl with long black silky hair. Sorry about that, I wasn't looking. It's okay, I should be the one apologizing. I wasn't looking where I was going. We helped each other up and started talking. I asked her for her phone number. She looked confused. She didn't have a phone number. I asked her if she goes to Riverside High School. She said yes and asked if I was in Mr. Ash's class. I said yes, and she was in the same class as me. But I didn't see her at class today. I always sat in the front of the class. She told me that she sat in the back of the classroom. But I've been in Mr. Ash's class for the past 4 years, and I've never seen her at class. Right as we were walking, the sidewalk was going in different streets. As I turned to say goodbye to the girl, she wasn't there. She completely disappeared within thin air. Strange. I started walking home, but the air was getting thick and cold. When I got to the front door, I could hear a child laughing. It was so creepy. When I turned around, no one was there. I quickly went inside and locked the door. Once I was inside, I went to the dining room and opened my backpack. I should start doing my homework. Mom should be home soon from work in a little bit. While I was doing my homework, it felt like a really long time. I was finally done. but I could hear the garage door open. Mom's here, thank goodness. I wonder if she brought any food with her. Right as I went to go see Mom, she was holding food. Bentos for dinner, 'cause I am not cooking tonight after a long day of work. I'm okay with it, Mom. As we were eating, Mom asked if I packed for the trip that was about 3 days away. I didn't pack yet, but I'll do it in 2 days, Mom. I noticed Mom looking at my necklace and asked where I got it from. I told her I got it at the store in the mall, and she asked to see it up close. As I handed the necklace to her, she asked if I'd known it was a locket. No, I didn't know it was a locket. Mom tried to open it, but it won't budge at all. She handed it back to me, and right as I finished eating dinner, I headed to my room. With the locket in my hand, I was looking for a way to open it, but I noticed a line in between both sides of it. I put my nail in the line to see if it would get it open, and it popped open. I'm glad that I got it open. I noticed a picture in the locket. There was a father and 3 girls, but one of the girls looked familiar. It was that one girl I ran into earlier today. But the girl I ran into today, she had black hair, but the girl in the picture had blonde hair. They do look identical. They have the same facial features. It's getting late. I better get to bed. Right as I fallen asleep, I was around a fog and a hallway. I could see 3 girls going up the stairs. I followed them and to see where I was going. As I was following them up the stairs, it felt forever. But we made it to the top. When I reached the top, the 2 sisters were smiling weird and creepy at the same time. One got closer and closer to the youngest, and out of nowhere, she pushed her off the stairs. She screamed her way down. I tried to grab her hand, but it was too late. I followed her down the stairs. Once I made it down, she was laying in a pool of red liquid. I was frozen in fear. I let out a scream. Right then, I woke up. I woken up in a cold sweat. It was morning when I woke up. I got out of bed and got ready for the day, but I couldn't help but thinking about the dream. That dream was kind of like the story Mr. Ash told us yesterday. Could it be playing a story in my mind? But who knows? Once I finished getting ready, I made a smoothie and grabbed a muffin for the road. As I was eating and walking, I could see the girl that I bumped into earlier right across the street. I walked up to her to say hello, and we started talking on our way to school. But people were looking at us weird. I asked the girl why they were looking at us funny. She didn't know either. Right as we got to school, I said goodbye to the girl and headed to my class.
While I was heading to my homeroom, I could see my friends inside the classroom. We chatted for a bit, and I asked about the girl in the back of Mr. Ash's class. They looked confused, and they said there was no girl in the back of the classroom. I told them there was a girl with long black hair that sat in the back of our class. Right before they could say something, the teacher came and started the class.
At break time, I was hanging around with the girl I was with earlier. I forgot to ask what was her name. I asked her what was her name. She said it was Bella. As soon as I knew it, we became best of friends. Throughout the day, we would be hanging out and chatting. But at lunch, while we were at a table eating and talking about the class trip, she looked a bit nervous. Before I could ask her why she was so nervous, a group of girls came by and asked if I wanted to eat lunch with them since I was sitting alone. Alone? But you're confused. I'm eating lunch with Bella. She's sitting right next to me. Once I said that, they looked scared and rushed off. Strange, why are they running off? I asked Bella that. but she looks so sad. I don't know, but do I scare people with my looks? I don't know, Bella. Some people don't understand. They're probably teasing you. Don't mind them. I asked Bella if she wanted to walk with Mr. Ash's class. She didn't mind, but as the bell rang, we started heading to Mr. Ash's class. As we were walking to the classroom, people were still looking at us funny the whole time, but we ignored them. Once we got to Mr. Ash's classroom, Bella sat in the back while I sat in the front of the class. As class was going on, the room was getting colder and colder. I went to grab my jacket out of my bag. It helped out a little, but it was still cold. Finally, class ended for the day. Bella and I walked out of the classroom together. When we were off school grounds, I asked Bella if she wanted to grab a coffee. Sure, I never tried a coffee before. But as we got to the cafe and ordered our drinks, the shopkeeper asked if I was having 2 drinks. I'm here with my friend, sir. She's right next to me. The shopkeeper was puzzled of what I said. Once we got our drinks, we headed home.
Once I gotten home, I started packing for the trip. But for the past few days, Bella and I grew closer and closer. She was so sweet and kind. But the night before the trip, I couldn't sleep. I've been having nightmares for the past 3 days. As I closed my eyes and I fell asleep, by the morning, I couldn't open my eyes, so I quickly made a cup of coffee. Today was the class trip.
After I drank some coffee and gotten ready for the trip, my bag was packed and ready. By the time it was 9, Mom and I headed off to the castle. During the car ride, I texted my friends asking if they were already there already. They said they just gotten there and their families dropped them off early. After some time, we made it to the place. I could see my friends at the castle entrance. I hopped out of the car and said goodbye to my mom. See you tomorrow, Mom. Be safe, dear. As Mom left, I was with my friends, but I was waiting for Bella to come. But she didn't. I guess she wasn't coming. She should have told me that she wasn't coming to the class trip. Mr. Ash came out of the castle door and we all went inside.
After we got settled in for the day, we went to the courtyard and meet up with the others. The teacher told us the history and the family, and we got to see the family graveyard. And as we got a trip over the castle, but as the tour was going on, I got sidetracked and wandered off. I could have heard a child's voice a moment ago, or am I going crazy? I heard it again. I looked around and nobody was there. I guess I was the only one that could hear it. I walked back to get some fresh air. There was a little girl peeking out of the corner. I need your help. Please, come with me.
Before I could answer her, she grabbed my hand and dragged me away from the group. The little girl led me into one of those fancy drawing rooms from TV that was in the castle. But she was standing in front of a giant golden portrait. But as I got closer to her, her face looked a lot like Bella, I blurted out. The girl's hair changed from blonde to black and grew taller. Right in front of my eyes, she became Bella.
Bella, is that you? What's going on? How did you turn from this into a little girl?
I'm sorry for not telling you this about myself. Was that little girl that fell down the stairs? Was you? Bella's face changed and she looked like she was about to cry. Yes, that was me when I was alive 50 years ago.
Bella, what happened to you?
I need to show you something that's in this room. And back when I was alive, Father would spend time with me and would give me all of his attention. But my sisters looked so mad whenever Father would spend more time with me. I wish I hadn't followed them up to the tower. What would have happened if Father never given me this necklace? And none of this would have happened. I would be alive at this point.
As Bella was pointing at me, the locket was glowing in bright light. Was this your locket, Bella?
Yes, it was. I never thought I'd see it again after 50 years. But come with me real quick.
Bella was taking me away from the drawing room, and we were going up the stairs. Bella, where are we going? I can't be gone for so long.
Don't worry, it'll be over soon. But I need my locket back right now. Right now? Okay. Right as I was taking off the locket, it won't come off. Bella, it's not coming off. Don't joke around. Give it.
I can't. The clip is broken. I said, give it to me.
Bella ran to me, trying to pull it off of me. Let go. You're hurting me. Stop it. But the locket broke into pieces, scattering everywhere. Bella looked at me super mad than she usually was. She rushed up to me and pushed me off the flight of stairs. I screamed my way down. It went dark super quick, and I couldn't move my body. I was laying down. I could see something red coming out of me. Why did she push me down the stairs? I thought we were friends. I guess I was wrong. Someone, please help me. I can't move. Right before I passed out, I can hear Mr. Ash's footsteps in the distance. But that's all I remembered of what happened at the castle.
When I woke up, I was in a hospital room. I could see my mom and my friends, plus the police. Mom, what happened? You tell me what happened to you. The whole class found you laying on the bottom of the stairs. When the police officer said that, I was puzzled. But I remembered Bella. What happened to Bella? Who's Bella? The officer said. She was the one who pushed me down the stairs. Both my mom and my friends asked who Bella was. I told my friends that Bella was one of our classmates, but there was no girl in our class named Bella. And,
dear, the whole town was questioning me that you were talking to someone. Wait. So then, what you guys are saying that we never had a girl named Bella in our class this whole time? But who was I talking to then? For the past half of the week. Ever since that day, I've been thinking about what was going on. Bella was never seen again, and I'm glad that the necklace and Bella were both gone for good. But I keep wondering, what will happen next? Or am I gonna see them again? Get a shiver down my spine. I hope I never see them again. I had enough being dealt with ghosts.
And that is The Girl and the Locket. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Don't forget to like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day. Bye-bye.